Coming to you from Rockingham, IPL Radio.
That's right, you are listening to IPL Radio and it's Good Vibrations with Mish on this Thursday morning. I have a co-host, Ruth.
Hi.
Ruth's in today because she's learning how to use everything because she wants to be a presenter.
I don't know why I want to be a presenter.
You've got passion and we all want to hear the passion.
Yeah,
it'll be great. You'll be great at it. We've been listening to some 80s music because 80s music is my therapy. As I always say, and I must get a tattoo that says it, I have a therapist and their name is music. Okay, so I've got a special guest in with me now. And her name is Bianca. Hi, Bianca.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Good. You're very welcome to be here. I'm happy and excited to see you and to meet you. Now, I know that you do rap music, and we're going to play a little bit of that or some music down the track. We've got some loaded up for you to play. Let's hear, because I don't know you. I want to know who you are. The best way to do that is to let listeners know and to let me know a bit about you, a bit about your story, whatever you're comfortable with saying about.
Yeah, no worries.
Where do you want to start?
I guess I can just start by how I kind of got into my music.
Good idea.
So it was like way before I had kids, so maybe about like 10, 12 years ago, I fell into like a habit of drug and alcohol addiction, and I attended, a couple of rehabs in my life in my early teens, and I didn't know I had any talent. One day, one of my caseworkers just asked, or just gave me a pen and paper, and I'm like, oh, what do you want me to do with this? And he just said, just do whatever comes to your mind, So I didn't actually realise I could draw as well.
Oh, right.
Abstract art. So, and then had all these just intense emotions, and I always managed to do this big rap that I still remember to this day off by heart from like 12 years ago.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Okay.
So, and just since then, like, I had all these just deep emotions, like I could still just feel completely just trapped, suffocated, depleted all the time, and I didn't realise I never got to the core of my issues. I thought, the drugs and alcohol would actually solve it, but I didn't actually realise it was just trying to solve another wound with a broken bandage on top of a broken wound. So it was just like another temporary fix. So, and then it's just taken me another 10 years to actually record my music.
That's brilliant. So you literally just, the words just flew out of you, like just onto this piece of paper.
Yeah.
All your emotions just came out. How did that feel? Did you feel lighter?
It had another effect. Like it was a good thing and a bad thing. It was good because I was able to let it out, but then it was also bad because it just brought up more pain and more memories that I didn't know how to sit and feel. So it can go either way. It can go great, or it can go just even make me feel more just adrenaline or agitated. But it can also give me the sense that to help let it out in my own way. So even though I've done 15 songs now in the last 6 months, there's a couple, that really I was so glad to let it out. And I still play over it, and like in those times I'm just like, wow, did I actually really write this? And a lot of my friends said it's like, it takes courage to share it around your traumas, and like not many people can just do that, or
absolutely
like the truth, so that's where I come in and just feel like, this is how I feel, this is how it is, let's just do it.
It is hugely courageous to be open, to tell people your stories, because most people hide it, especially if it's not good. They don't want people to know the troubles that you've been in, or the hurt you've been through. It is very personal. So for you to actually put it on a piece of paper, not only put it on a piece of paper, but then actually rap it or sing it, is huge. And respect for that. That's massive. Yeah. How do you feel when you listen to yourself on playback?
At first I was like, I'm sick of hearing my own voice. But then, like, I guess it depends on the mood. But like I said, there's a couple of songs in there, like the Keys and Lock one. That's one of my favourite ones, just because it's just so simple but so real and authentic, and it's actually just like this soothing, and it's like sad, but like it's really great just to listen back and be like, hey, like if I'm feeling like this, I can just look back on one of my songs, because I'm like very articulated with my raps. And there's this song that I've got as well, it's like part of me, and that's like it's like 930 words I did in 3 minutes. That's because of my ADHD, because I've got ADHD as well. So I was just like, it's just one of my superpowers.
Yeah, I love it. Superpower for sure. Yeah, for sure. So this, when did you start writing them? When was this?
I've been writing on and off for like 10 years, but I've only just been recording them in the last year.
Have you? I haven't heard one yet. We're going to hear one shortly. But is there backing to it in any way, or is it just literally raw rap?
It's just a beat in the background and just my words.
Where'd you get the beat from?
I was doing it with this bloke down at the Kwinana Youth Station, and I found a couple of my own beats and then just sent them to him as well, and then just kind of found some similar ones that resonated with, and it didn't take me long to find a beat. I just knew straight away, one take each song, and that was it. Just do it.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's brilliant. That's talent in itself, to be able to do that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So you're telling people, you're not only opening up for yourself, but you're telling people your story as well at the same time. What sort of responses have you had for friends and family that are listening?
So I've had a lot of people say like, I got potential, and I could potentially get somewhere with it, but it's just more about how it comes down to me with my confidence and my self-esteem, because part of me is like, nah, this isn't talent, this is just putting words together, because I'm like, there's words in a dictionary, there's words in a Bible put together, there's a book put together, but then in my mind I'm like, it's different. I've got to look at a way that it's like, not many people people can rhyme and that, but it just comes naturally.
Yeah, and that's the difference. Yes. That's the difference. Someone's not paying you to put words together. Yeah. These are emotions that are physically coming out of you. These are your thoughts, your feelings, your hurt, your happiness, whatever. It's all coming out from your heart. That's the difference. Yeah. Whether it's good or not, that's up to the individuals to hear. Yeah, and you will have you'll have people that say it's no good. You'll have people saying it's brilliant. We're all different, right?
Exactly.
We're all different. But I think it's great therapy for you to be able to do that anyway. Yeah. Who cares what people think? Yeah. You're doing it for you first, right? You're doing it for you first. The fact that you lack confidence, I do too. Believe it or not, I do too. IPL brings out the best in me. But the confidence, you do need to build that because, hey, you're you. You're amazing.
Thanks.
You're amazing. You're unique. We're all unique. We've all got issues. We've all got insecurities, but we are who we are.
Yeah, we've all got our own stories to tell. Yeah.
We've all got our stories to tell. We're all unique, and our uniqueness makes us amazing and special. Yeah, it does. It really does. So the fact that you can bring out your stories, most people can't talk about things that have happened in their life. Most people can't. They'll talk to their therapist. Yeah. But they'll never bring it out to someone in the public, or like you're doing it now, right? You're telling me your story. Yeah. You're telling Ruth your story. You're telling whoever's listening your story. Yeah. Amazing.
I think it's incredible. I mean, I've known you for 4 years. You've been bringing your kids to a daycare centre I work in. I never knew you had this talent.
There you go. See?
Going up in my
See? There you go. So don't put yourself down. I know we're all very, very good at that. We're all very, very good at making the worst things for ourselves and putting ourselves down. But I'm here to tell you that if you've got the courage to sit in here today and tell me your story, you're amazing. Yeah. All right? Yeah. So just keep going with it, but you need to show people with your talent.
Yeah, no worries.
You will get negatives, but you'll get plenty of positives, I'm sure.
Yeah. I bet your kids are proud of you.
They are. They my strength, and I did a song about them called Ollie and Flo as well, and in one of the lyrics it's like, they give me strength and hope to cope through the bad days, and it's just about like we all know like parenting, can be a tough.
It's the hardest job in the world.
Hard job, but
seriously,
especially on your own.
Single mum and that, but also like the fact that like sometimes it's just that just keeps me going and give me strength. But there's days where it's just like, it's so hard. Like you just don't want to parent. You just, but you know, between like work and studying and then kids and then doing music, it's just like so hard just to have that strength just to keep going sometimes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what we were talking about earlier about the word purpose. Yeah. They're your purpose. They're your reason.
Yeah. I never knew.
I need a drink. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having a cough when you're on radio.
I used to
have a drink. Keep talking.
I used to always question, like, you know, I think in one of my old songs, I can't remember which one, but it's about like, you know, what's my purpose? I just want to be deceased. I want to be put out of my misery, please. Not knowing that, you know, I can achieve anything, but I used to always question, why am I here? Like, wow. You know, because if I was in like addiction and just felt like I had no friends like years and years ago, it's like I had already lost something, so why not just lose it all now, you know, when I've got nothing to lose.
We all make mistakes in our life at time. And
daily.
All of us.
Daily. And there you're going.
And every mistake has a consequence.
That's how you learn.
But that's right. You have to progress from there, and you have. I mean, I think you're amazing, what you've done.
Yeah, exactly. So they're your purpose.
Yeah.
But also the purpose is to be healthy mentally and physically.
Yeah.
That's what you need to be achieving. That's what we all need to be achieving, right?
Yeah, the basic essentials.
You'll make a good therapist, Mish.
Yeah, apparently. I should listen to my own. I'm terrible.
You know, but, you know, like, I wouldn't say more mental. I was just more like, you know, ADHD and just trauma, like, you know, because I'm a big believer, like, you know, that whole word mental health, like, just gets thrown around. But I believe, like, this is my opinion, is that I believe it's not the actual mental health, it's actually what's caused it. So if it's like, you know, the stress of, like, the environmental factors, the finances, the housing crisis, like, that can actually create the actual thing themselves because they question, like, used to question, like, is there something wrong with me? I'm stuffed in their head, or, like, you know, like, I'm just, like just gone, like, nothing, like, I'm just a piece of, like, trash or something, you know, because, like...
Do you feel that?
I used to, yeah, because I've had a lot of very bad traumatic experiences and stuff, so I used to think, like, because of all those experiences, like, it must have happened because, like, I'm just, like, a piece of trash, or, like, you know, because... freely, like, you know, abusive relationships through my exes and stuff like that, and it's just made me feel worthless. So even to this day, like, I try so hard, like, I find it hard to dress really feminine, not because I want to or not because of society, but because it's good to just dress up once in a while. But the moment I try, it's just like, doesn't make me feel like I would love to, like, treat myself, but it's just like, again, that next step of building up that confidence. It'll come eventually. Yeah,
it'll come.
Yeah, but
step by step, you know, it's not all going to happen tonight. Or today, 100%. Just step by step. So I think you're going the right direction. You've got makeup on today. I never knew where I've even got some on today. So go, girl. You know that. Right. I think you are definitely going along the right track, and I think you've got purpose.
Yeah, and
you're here for a reason.
Understanding that you are important. You have a place. You have a lot to give the world, and that self-esteem of knowing you have a value. That's what you need to move towards and hold on to. That you are worth it.
But then again, as a mother, your purpose isn't just because of your kids. No. You're here for other things.
Yeah,
you're an individual. You're an individual as well as a mother.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to separate, is like, who else am I besides
I'm still trying to learn that.
You know, like, you know, I still get up like every day. This is why I get wouldn't say the word depression. This is my favourite word I love to use. I love a lot of D words. It's like, I love just like depleted, desolation, distinguished, decomposting, you know. It's just because it's like, it's not so much depression, it's just like that stuck on repeat, the same routine. It kind of just,
I get you.
It just draws out the fun in, like, playing with the kids. Like, I always love playing, but it's just the same, like, it's just Groundhog Day, repeat.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So even if I try and accomplish my goals, or try and, you know, see what's on my vision board, like, how can I get there? But obviously with the housing crisis, I can't get my own house right now, you know, but it's okay, but it's not, if that makes sense. So it's just all those things that are out of my control that really you can't do much about, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which is
There's only so much that you can
do, but yeah, it's just hard.
Control.
But I'm sure like thousands of people would feel that way as well. You know, it's more the external things like, you know, your family court systems, the mental health care system. They're all flawed, and it's just like, well, if people aren't gonna, you know, be able to change that, then like I feel like, you know, it's about unity. Like people need to come together and be like, bring up all these ideas. If they ignore it, they do. But then, like, it just needs to be changed. Other worlds, you know, WA used to be one of the wealthiest countries and stuff like that. But now I feel like it's just becoming like...
And you don't think you have a voice for radio? Look at you go. Honestly, you've got so much of it because you have lived it.
Yeah.
You live it, you've lived it, right? You've got the experience behind you. You've got so much experience to give. I sit here and I say that I have mental health issues, but I don't have any trauma in my life. Mine's more of a chemical imbalance. So I don't understand the fact that you guys, you know, you've been through trauma and all that sort of stuff. That's a totally different thing for me. So you've got I don't have that experience. You've got that experience. You've lived it. You live it. You've lived it. It's brilliant. I think you over a mic is fantastic because people can relate to you better.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's saying, you know, what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
It is what it is. Kind of those phases like kind of piss me off because like even though it's reality, is like it is what it is, or things happen, blah blah. You know, it'll pass. But really, like it's kind of sucks that someone has to become strong or someone has to be an empath just to experience abuse or sexual assault or physical abuse just so they can become that person. It's kind of really like, it used to make me feel sickened or like, you know, because it's just a nightmare. Like, it's just it's just crazy. You know?
Interesting. But yeah, you definitely come out of your shell for the moment there. It's brilliant to hear. I love it. Is there anything else you want to tell us about you?
Not really, besides that I'm a single mum to 2 beautiful kids. You know, so...
Are they with you full time?
Yeah.
Cool. Do they have any contact with their father?
We're in the family court system for one, which has been for 8 years, going on 9 years.
Joking.
So there was a lot of stress around there. Like I felt back into depression after that time, because that was a time that I was giving birth to my daughter in 2018, and that's when I got the court papers served on me. So during my pregnancy, I was going through the family court as well. Gosh. So, you know, one father is just, you know, I can't obviously say like too much over the radio.
Yeah, of course.
Just,
be careful.
it was just a lot of just abuse.
Yeah.
Control, power, physical, emotional, sexual abuse and stuff.
Wow.
So unfortunately the courts don't care about that. They just care about the equality. But then in my eyes it's like, well, you rather let, like, you know, kids build up on relationships with parents. And for everyone out there, I'm not saying it's always the men. It can go either way. But what I'm trying to say is, anyone going through family courts, just fight your stand up for yourself, and just don't give up, and trust what you need to do as a parent or as a mother, and fight for your kids. If it's not for yourself, do it for your kids, because in the end it messes up with the kids. Because I've had to tell my son that we're going to be organising these visits, and his behaviour changed straight away. And the moment we didn't have to do these appointments, he cried into my arms. I picked him up from daycare.
Wow.
He said, "Mum, you're my superhero. Like, I love you."
Aww.
And like the bond that he has with my daughter, Florence, and they just have this immaculable bond. Like, you know, like kids are going to fight. Like, it's like one day it's like SmackDown wrestling, you know. Next it's like, sunshines and lollipops, and, you know, but they do overall, like, a lot of my friends say that
they're so protective of each other.
A lot of my friends said, like, you know, they've got kids themselves, but they just admire me because, like, I fought the addiction before they were while they were young, you know. So
for you. That's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
That's another achievement that I'll always be proud of, because
absolutely.
I used to fall, you know, I've had suicidation in the past as well, where I'm just like, you know, I can't be bothered anymore. I just want to check myself out, you know. But what I've actually realised now you know, like there's always going to be a thought of just wanting to escape reality. But what I realise now is that if something were to happen to me, like I realise no one can replace that love, unconditional love from a parent to their own kid. They might have like nanas and aunties and that, but it's not going to be the same, you know.
Exactly.
So what I've realised is that I can't, that bond, that love, it's not going to be different.
It's unconditional, absolutely.
It's like when you're having a pet and someone sits your dog or a house sits your pet. So like it's like another friend, but then when the owners come home, they're like, get so excited, you know, like you've been gone for 10 hours.
Isn't
really,
lovely?
It's only been a couple hours, you know. So it's the same thing, you know. It's the same with anything, you know. So, I guess I'm just doing what I can get, just to keep on keeping on, and it's so hard just to stay afloat at the moment. But like I said, we've all got those days, weeks where it's just too hard, and you just.
It'd be easier to give up.
Yeah, but then I've realised it's like I can't, because they need someone to fight for them. Because if I don't fight this fight, that means the systems ones, my ex ones, and then like that could be ruined. And I've had, you know, dreams of like, if this happened, like something could happen to my kids, and then I would never forgive myself. Like, you know, so it's just I need to keep them.
Absolutely. They're your purpose, I told
treasure.
you. They're your purpose, for sure.
Treasures.
Absolutely. Treat them as if they are precious, and anyway, I want to go into let's go into the music side of it.
No worries.
We're going to play Scattered.
Yep. Tell
us about that song.
So, can't remember how long this one was done. I think maybe 6 months ago. It was because I do free recordings in an hour and a half, and this was like one of my last ones I did for that session in that day. And like I had my lyrics ready to go, but because my head was in a scattered headspace, I didn't know what mood I was in, and the lyrics were all over the place. So I just named it Scattered, because even though the lyrics make sense itself, like the whole theme of the song makes sense, but my head I was scattered, the words were scattered, but it's actually really cool, because I used that photo in the background there. Like I created it because even though it's colourful, but you can still see like it's all the colours.
Jumbled.
It's kind of scattered, but it still creates
it's still art.
It creates the picture, and it creates how the words have been able to, even though they were jumbled around, but they still had that flow, but it still created an actual song, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sort of. After that, I'm going to play, what am I playing? Oh, Keys and Locks.
Yes.
Key and Locks. Tell us about that one.
So I think that was around the same time I did Scattered. So that's basically about kind of like how I feel kind of just trapped, and like it's like a jigsaw puzzle, and then I've got to try and find the keys to locks to unlock like my heart and unlock the puzzle to kind of just, you know, keep going where I'm going in life, and just try not to feel so trapped. So it's like trying to unlock the key, you know, with the right keys and find the right lock.
Yeah, get the right key, the right lock.
It's like, you know, those
game things they put, those reality shows.
Like escape rooms
escape rooms.
To find the right puzzle to unlock. You know, it's kind
You've
of
got
like
a key,
that.
but not necessarily is it going to open that lock.
So it's kind of like that.
Okay. I'm going to get you to introduce those songs in just a second. We're going to play those songs, and then we'll finish the interview up now, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
is there anything else you want to talk about before we go?
No, I just wanted to say, thank you for having me. And, this is just a good start to hopefully, you know, I don't know where it will go after here, like my music or anything like that. But I'm just, I've got a few inspires, like my few inspires are like Tom McDonald, Cursor, like these are like rappers and everything.
Yep.
And then, you know, you're obviously like Sam Smith, and just like I like all types of music, but I like him, you know, like how some rappers out there, like it's all about like how they talk about like gangs and thugs and like, which is cool and that, but I like the authentic side of it. So like Tom McDonald, he speaks the truth, and not many people like the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why he used to get a lot of criticism, but he didn't get it, but he's still like a million worldwide.
Yeah.
So
and you will get the criticism, but they're the ones you just have to ignore and move on.
Yeah, and NF
That's
and
life.
B Mike is one of my other ones in Sick World. So they talk about their addictions, their traumas, and they're so...
Yeah, they're real stories.
Yeah, so there's like my kind of, my go-to if I'm feeling troubled.
Excellent. It's been lovely to meet you,
Thank
and
you
I'm
so
so
much.
glad you've come in. You're even looking at me now, because before when she came in, your head was down completely and you're just looking down. So you have come out. You have come out of your shell. Hopefully you've felt comfortable enough to be able. Well, you have felt comfortable enough to tell your story, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I do appreciate it because it is
I want
courageous.
to come back next week. No.
Yeah, absolutely. You can pop in any time.
Awesome.
It's been brilliant, and I appreciate your courage, I should say, for speaking your truth.
Yeah.
And I'll get you introduce these songs. So we'll go with Scattered first. You go introduce it.
Yeah,
this is Scattered by.
Hey guys, this is Scattered by Bianca, aka my rap name is Little B. Hope you enjoy.
Cool. Frustrating thing as well. Oh, is that it?
Yes.
This is it. Hey, this is Keys and Locks by Bianca.
There are times where I still feel trapped inside. I just want to run away and hide with the pressure of riding the tires. And eventually everything just stops and collides. It's like I'm in my own world, trapped in a time warp. Feels like my body's a dead corpse and have been swept away from the front shore. It's like I'm torn and all that left of me is the middle of a core. I'm so broken, I can't feel my emotions because I'm so numb and frozen. Never ending tears, it always interfere with all these years of use. No surprise I have a short fuse, what's with all the fucking excuse?
Purchase your tracks today.
It's a puzzle of finding the right key to unpick the locks. Time's ticking, what's the time on the clock? Then my head, heart, soul stops and gets blocked. I'm trying to find the key to my heart so I don't keep wanting to fall apart. Where do I start? It's a constant jigsaw puzzle trying to find the right parts. The combination of the keys and locks, it's like having an effect of an electric shock. But I know it can be free when I'm with my little tribe of flocks. My soul needs to be free so I can flee from the locked cage with less darker days and more joys from the sun rays. But I know in time I can start to shine, cause God has given me signs that eventually everything will be fine and I can sparkle more like a dime. Just gotta keep taking one step at a time. Long days and nights, all I see is black lights. Everything's so hazy, losing sight. Head pounding, my chest is tight. I can see every flashback, running on different train tracks, about to crack and snap. I can't seem to escape this trap. There are times where I wanna hide in my shell like a hermit crab. Sounds fab. These flashbacks come on like a repetitive movie flick, being controlled by the devil's walking stick. When I'm crying, I know deep down that I'm dying. I wish I was up in the air flying. I'm trapped in my own body, my mind, where my heart has disintegrated, where my moods keep being fluctuated. I don't belong in this world, I'm still the same girl. Even though I'm infected, I don't want to be neglected, disrespected. Though I may need to be redirected. Because of my disability, I need stability. From panic attacks to split personality disorders, I'm always like mortar, sick of all this fucking torture. The amount of times I've been in under rehab and psych wards. I used to stress my head against wars, turned me psychotic, now doggedy docs try putting me on antibiotics, but that never worked. I swear to God I must have been cursed. I'm so weak, I'm starting to leak, with no water up the creek, I'm trying to find my physique. Am I mad? How to where everything just starts to shatter? My mind's full of clutter, but I'm finding it hard to declutter. I'm scared to be touched, I'm scared to fall in love. Where is my white dove? My brain is having a fight between the darkness and happiness.